Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I have something a little bit different this time. I've been wanting to incorporate more spiritual topics on my channel, so today's video is going to be about the chakras. Specifically, one chakra, not all of them. So today's video is going to be about the throat chakra. I'm going to talk about what the throat chakra is, what it does, where it's located, and my experience with healing it, because it's a very important chakra in my life that I've been exercising and healing for quite a while. And I finally got to a point where my throat chakra is pretty healthy. So let's start with what is the throat chakra. So really, before I get into that, like, the chakras is like a system of energy points that run throughout your body, and specific areas have different vibrations um, that flow within the body. Okay, so the throat chakra is the chakra that is right here where your throat is. It's typically associated with the color blue, like a very light baby blue. Um, so this chakra is a chakra that has to do with your communication and how well that vibration of communicating flows through your expression, but through communication. So the throat chakra is the chakra that gives you the ability to speak your truth, express yourself, and overall just have flowing communication. It also is good. It gives you the ability to have good vocals. So if you're a singer, you definitely have to exercise your throat chakra, like, for real, for real. It's not just the sacral, but also the throat. Okay, so the throat chakra, in my experience, has been quite the journey. I will say my journey with, like, communication, expression through, you know, this, using all this here, right, has been like a big struggle for me, like, growing up. As a kid, I was very quiet, very shy. So my throat chakra was very blocked. Um, and that was due to, like, trauma and things of that nature. And that's something that can happen to the chakras, is they could get blocked and to where they're not functioning at its fullest potential. And with the throat chakra, when it's blocked, how do you know it's blocked? So basically, it's like different things. So it's either like you have trouble speaking up for yourself, or like telling the truth, or just, just kind of just overall expressing yourself. You may have, like, a lot of, like, social anxiety, or like you struggle with, like, social situations. You're very shy, or you're just like a very quiet person. Or I would say also, and I know in worst case scenarios, this one kind of, sometimes it's kind of like a neural kind of issue that you're having, but sometimes, like, when you stutter a lot, it could be like a trauma as well. So, and I know sometimes I stutter, but sometimes I'm just talking too fast. But people who, like, when they're talking, like, they kind of trip up a lot, or they kind of feel a little apprehensive to say things, or, you know, they just stutter over their words because maybe they're, like, afraid to, like, say what it is that they need to say. Um, that also indicates that your throat chakra is heavily blocked and it's not flowing and functioning at its fullest potential. So for me, it was quite literally all of the above. Like, I was a very shy, quiet kid. Like, um, I had trouble, like, just speaking up for myself, or just kind of just saying what's on my mind. I was, like, afraid that people would, like, judge me or tell me that I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, criticize me or things of that nature. And it wasn't until like adulthood where I finally overcame that. And now I'm like a social butterfly. I never shut up. Like, I'm just always like talking. I don't mind striking up conversations with like strangers, or, I just say what's on my mind. I just express myself. Trauma, going back to the trauma thing. So with the throat chakra, like a lot of the trauma came from mostly like growing up in like a Caribbean household. Like it was enforced that you're not speaking up at all, and if you speak up, it's going to be a problem, kind of thing. And of course, at the time, being a child, dealing with like adults and things, you kind of give into that kind of authority to where it really did suppress a lot of my self expression when it comes to like just sharing what's on my mind, sharing my ideas. Even if it's not necessarily like I'm sharing what's on my mind, it's like a bad thing that I'm expressing. It could just be like I'm just speaking my mind, or like sharing an idea, and it gets shut down, or it gets made fun of, or gets mocked, or whatever the case may be. So that did cause a lot of trauma, growing up, to where it would make me like shut down, to where I would just be very quiet. Or even if I did have things I really, really wanted to say, it's like I would be afraid to say it. And this video really coincides with my Mercury square Mars video that I made, like, I don't know, I think I made it like in like 2018 or so, something like that. And I kind of did mention these things very lightly, but it was mainly about like astrology and like that aspect. But yeah, so, you know, growing up, like I would oftentimes get in trouble if I like spoke up, or like kind of even like talk back, or whatever the case. Like for those of you, especially like my viewers, if you're like Caribbean, or you grew up in a Caribbean household, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like there would be a big problem, or even if it's like you don't get like physically disciplined, it's like you're like mocked or made fun of, or you're like kind of put down, or you're made to feel like you're stupid or something like that. So a lot of these things really did affect my communication. And I did find myself having like a lot of social anxiety, or like speaking up, or just sharing what's on my mind, even if it's like something like just like regular shit, like just regular conversation. It would be like a very nerve-wracking thing for me. Yeah, I struggled with that for a very long time. So that is how you know like your throat chakra is blocked. So how to heal that? So I did different things that I'm gonna share with you guys, that hopefully it can help you guys if you guys are struggling with any like throat chakra issues. So the first thing was, when I first started my spiritual journey, I started like journaling more. Specifically for the throat chakra, I would recommend like voice journaling. So, you could find like the app, like the recording app on your phone, or like your iPad, or whatever the case may be, and you could just talk, or you could even just get on camera and just speak, and just talk, and just say what's on your mind. And that's going to allow a lot of your throat chakra to unblock itself. That's going to allow you to kind of release any like tension and things of that nature in that throat chakra. Another thing that's good to heal the throat chakra is singing. Like sing out loud, you know what I'm saying? Either like you could like, turn the volume all the way up if you kind of feel like embarrassed to like sing out loud, and that's really gonna like open up this area here. It's really going to loosen everything, because it's like when you sing, it's like those vibrations are like pushing through to like break through any like blockages. So you could do that. There are some crystals that you could work with that I wholeheartedly stand by, that really, really helped me. So the first crystal, and I don't have them in front of me, I should have brought them. So the first crystal is blue lace agate. So blue lace agate is great to allow flow of communication. Whenever I work with blue lace agate, I think of like water or something like silky. You know what I'm saying? Hence why it has the name lace in it, like a nice lace kind of silky kind of material. That's what I think of when I think of blue lace agate. And quite literally, when you see the crystal, it looks like it has like waves in it. So it reminds me of water, you know? So it allows that communication to just flow, and it also like nurtures and like it really like relieves any like stress on the throat chakra. So blue lace agate is a very good crystal to work with. Blue chalcedony is another one that is one of my favorites. So blue chalcedony, it helps with creativity. It helps like stimulate like your creative thoughts and things too, because it works with like those upper three chakras. So you're also getting like that 3-in-1 of like, not only are you healing like your throat chakra, but you're healing the third eye in your crown. So but it helps with that self expression, speaking from the heart, speaking your truth. And it helps release any fears that you may have, especially when it comes to the throat chakra. You know, any fears about like speaking up. You know, this crystal is good if like you deal with like really intense like emotions. Like it's very calming too. So if you're the type of person, like say you're like in a confrontation and you kind of just feel like the waters are just getting choppy, like it's getting wild, like, and you just have like this intense reaction, you know, when you're speaking up, you know, it helps ease that. So whenever you're like, you know, doing like a presentation, or even if like say you're confronting somebody and you kind of just need something calming, blue chalcedony got your back, okay? Literally. Another crystal is honey calcite. So it's a yellow crystal, but it does help with people. It does help with like confidence. So it's really good for the solar plexus, but I'll save that. I'll get into the solar plexus in a different video, but it also helps with like confidence when it comes to like public speaking. So if you're somebody that speaks publicly, be it you're a teacher, you're on YouTube, you're a singer, honey calcite is really good. So, you know, it reminds me of honey, like literally, and honey is very therapeutic. Kind of think of honey calcite in the same way, like say if you're drinking tea with honey in it, you know, honey just like eases your throat if you have like a sore throat. Think of honey calcite the same way, but it's like alleviating any like pain or like stress in like your throat chakra energy field. So, and how I utilize them is like um, I would put the crystal on my throat, and either I'll just like talk and do my journaling, or I would be singing, or you could do like humming sounds to where you like put a lot of like energy force in here, like, and then you know, you just do that for a little minute with the crystal there. You know, you sit and meditate, and you're gonna see like that really does loosen up that energy field. You know, it's a good exercise to do, especially I know it's an exercise that a lot of like singers do, you know, kind of like those warm-ups. And I think that's also very important too, to warm up your throat as well, you know, to also maintain this area too so it can function well. So and the last thing, which I feel like really, I wouldn't say it supersedes, but I feel like it's like the key. The rest is like kind of extra things you can do on the side that are very helpful. But the last thing is you're going to have to confront a lot of your traumas. You're going to have to confront a lot of people that either silenced you, suppressed your self expression, took your voice away, you know, because your voice is a superpower. Like I said in my Mercury Square Mars video, your voice is a superpower. You know, it is your ability to speak things into existence. It's also another way that you create. as well, be it you create relationships, whatever the case may be. It is a very creative chakra. That's why it's ruled by like water energy. It's blue. Water energy is very creative. It allows you to bring things into existence when you speak it, and that is a superpower. So you're going to have to address a lot of individuals that have traumatized you, be it they made you afraid to speak up, or they probably mocked you and your intelligence and kind of made you kind of feel like, oh, I shouldn't be talking, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't know what I'm talking about, kind of thing. Or, whatever the case may be. And just know it's going to be very intense, or also be prepared that maybe the person won't even allow space for you to even talk about anything. And, I think that's when you could result in either doing the journaling and working with the crystals. So, but the best way that I healed my throat chakra is like confronting people and just speaking up and being like, hey, I didn't like that you did this, and yada yada yada, and really practicing your communication skills, as well. Another thing too is really facing your fears when it comes to socializing. So, learning how to strike up a conversation and you being the one to initiate it and put yourself out there. Or say you're like in a group setting and everybody's kind of like talking and sharing ideas, expressing their thoughts, challenging yourself to say what's on your mind, even if people laugh or whatever the case may be. And eventually, once you do these things, these practical things, you're going to see a great change in the way you communicate. The way you communicate is going to be very free flowing. It's going to be very vibrant, not only influential, to where people will listen to you, but also something that's very magnetic to where you can get what it is that you want by knowing how to talk to people. Okay, so the throat chakra is very, very important in life, and I sympathize with anybody that has throat chakra issues. Anytime like I'm at work, because I work at like a crystal shop, anytime I'm at work and people, tell me their stories about how they have issues with their throat chakra, oh my God, like it literally, it makes me just feel so sad. And, those are the people that I give them as much information as possible. And I share a lot of my experience with them to really help them, because I feel like it's a very important chakra in order to function in this life. It's very important to be able to connect and communicate, in life, be it you're connecting and communicating with spirit or you're connecting and communicating with those around you. So the throat chakra is my favorite chakra. I live to work with that chakra. Another thing you can do to tap into that throat chakra is work with a lot of blue. Blue candles, blue crystals, wearing blue, be it on your nails, be it in your clothes. You can dye your hair blue, whatever the case may be. Just working with a lot of the blue energy, drinking a lot of water, moisturizing your throat, first of all, being around water, and overall working with that energy of flow. And, I don't even know what I'm doing, but this is exactly how your throat chakra should operate. Just very smooth, and everything just comes out smoothly. Golden. So that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys found this insightful and helpful if you guys are struggling with any throat chakra issues. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.